Hi there, this is Manny with Classic Auto Repair. I'm going to go over the repairs that were conducted on the 37 Ford here while it was at the shop. So let me go through what we found and how we were able to make the fixes. Okay, so you're going to get a copy of this, but starting from the top, I had diagnostics, AC loud noise when AC is on, see below for repair. Okay, so let's go into the electrical before we go into the noise. Electrical, no charge condition, remove side panels to access engine, check power for alternator. The alternator is charging at 14 volts, so I know the alternator is in good shape, but the voltage at the starter is down to 11.0, and that's down here at that terminal end on the starter. So then what I did was, through a process of diagnostics, I connected my tools and traced the wiring and found that there was a bad wire lead from the fusible link that went to the starter was bad. It's got a bad terminal end right there. So what I did was I ran a new wire from the fuse right here down into the starter, put a new terminal end on it, and that restored the 13 volt setting. So I also tightened the positive post on the battery back here. It was loose. You definitely want that tight so that you don't create any heat or potential fire hazard, so keep those tight. And now when we start it up, got good voltage. Notice there's no noise with the air conditioning on. Got the air conditioning on. No belt noise. Air conditioning is cold now, and I'll tell you why that is. All right, so that repaired the alternator and charging system, so we got that all working. And now let me move on to the next item, and that was all included in my diagnostic approved time. I had a little bit of additional time for the labor on the electrical repair, and it came out to $225 on that one repair there, so getting the electrical where it needed to be. And I had a small charge for the wire itself because it is a heavy duty wire and terminal end. Okay, so the next item was the AC repair. Connect gauges to the AC system, check pressure readings. Freon level was low by 15 pounds. We recommend, now I didn't really locate any major leaks. I had all my gauges connected to the compressor, and it did show that it had Freon, and it was cooling. The problem was it was making a loud noise, and we wanted to make sure the Freon was good. It does have a small leak, so what I did was, while I had all my gauges connected, I went ahead and charged it and topped off the Freon with 134 RA. That gets you Freon back up to where it needs to be for the rest of the season. Next year, if you want me to diagnose the leak or see if I can find out where the Freon is going, or maybe after it returns, I'll show that it's still sealed and everything's in good shape. So sometimes these Schrader valves right here will get stuck, and they'll let Freon leak out of them. I always test these when I'm done to make sure no Freon's coming out. Other than that, could be an O-ring or something like that that's leaking, but it's obviously not severe because there is Freon in the system and it is cooling. So again, what I did there was I was trying to locate where the noise was, and also connecting the gauges to make sure that the Freon was not creating a high pressure situation. And the pressure on the high side was around 200 to 300 pounds per square inch, and that's good. That's within operating temperatures or pressures, so we're good there. Got the AC, like I said, once I put some Freon in it, everything went back to normal on the gauge readings. So then I focused on why was it making noise, why was it squealing. I did buy another belt because that was kind of my original solution, but then after I disconnected the compressor and oh, I know what I did was I took this coupler off to check how many threads were in here, because you had mentioned that there wasn't a lot of threads, and sure enough, they were maxed out on the coupler. So that was a safety issue there. So I knew that I needed to put a belt on it to get that coupler in better specs with more threads on it. But as I was going to put the new belt on, I noticed that the old belt wasn't routed correctly. And it's kind of hard to see, but this belt went from down on the harmonic balance, the main crankshaft pulley. It went from here along the top of this and then over the top of this. And what that did was, first of all, it made the belt longer, so you couldn't get the right tension. And secondly, you didn't have enough contact area on the compressor. Now the belt rides all the way around the pulley, which gives it a lot of surface area, and that keeps the compressor from slipping on the belt. And of course, with the belt routed correctly, I was able to get more tension on the belt to get it within compliance on the torque rating for the belt. So everything now is operating good. You didn't have to buy a new belt. It just needed to be installed correctly and fix the noise that was coming from there. So all in all, we're looking pretty good there. All I have for parts is some Freon and an alternator feed wire. The total on the parts was $32.89. Labor was $675. A total balance owed with taxes is $730.59. All right, I'll send this copy over to you by text as well as this video so that you can review the work that we've done on the car. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the side panels of the hood back on it, and then just run it around the neighborhood, make sure everything is working the way that it should. And then I'll reach out to let you know the car is ready to come back home. Thanks for watching. This is Manny at Classic Auto Repair.